The 22nd Sunday in Ordinary Time reflection will be shared by our fellow brothers Daniel, James, and Brian. May we listen to them.
First reading. A reading from the book of Ecclesiasticus. My son, be gentle in carrying out your business, and you will be better loved than a lavished giver. The greater you are, the more you should behave humbly, and then you will find favor with the Lord. For great though the power of the Lord is, He accepts the homage of the humble. There is no cure for the proud man's melody, since an evil growth has taken root in him. The heart of a sensible man will reflect on parables, an attentive ear in the sage's dream. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
Our response to the psalm is, in your goodness, O God, you prepared a home for the poor. The just shall rejoice at the praises of God. They shall exult and dance for joy. O sing to the Lord, make music to his name. Rejoice in the Lord, exult at his praises. In your goodness, O God, you prepared a home for the poor. Father of the orphan, defender of the widow, such is God in his holy place. God gives the lonely a home to live in. He leads the prisoners forth into freedom. In your goodness, O God, you prepared a home for the poor. You poured down, O God, a generous rain. When your people were starved, you gave them new life. It was there that your people found a home, prepared in your goodness, O God, for the poor. In your goodness, O God, you prepared a home for the poor.
A reading from the letter to the Hebrews. Brethren, you have not come to what may be touched, a blazing fire and darkness, and gloom and a tempest, and the sound of a trumpet, and a voice whose words made the hearers entreat that no further messages be spoken to them. But you have come to Mount Zion, and to the city of the living God, the heavenly Jerusalem, and to innumerable angels in a festal gathering, and to the assembly of the firstborn who are enrolled in heaven, and to a judge who is God of all, and to the spirits of just men made perfect, and to Jesus the mediator of a new covenant. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
A reading from the Gospel according to Luke, chapter 14, verse 1, then verse 7 to 14. On a Sabbath, Jesus went to dine at the home of one of the leading Pharisees, and the people there were observing him carefully. He told a parable to those who had been invited, noticing how they were choosing the places of honor at the table. When you are invited by someone to a wedding banquet, do not recline at the table in the place of honor. A more distinguished guest than you may have been invited by him, and the host who invited both of you may approach you and say, "Give your place to this man." And then you would proceed with embarrassment to take the lowest place. Rather, when you are invited, go and take the lowest place, so that when the host comes to you, he may say, "My friend, move up to a higher position." then you will enjoy the esteem of your companions at the table. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, but the one who humbles himself will be exalted. Then he said to the host who invited him, when you hold a lunch or a dinner, do not invite your friends or your brothers or your relatives or your wealthy neighbors, in case they may invite you back and you have repayment. Rather, when you hold a banquet, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, the blind. Blessed indeed will you be because of their inability to repay you, for you will be repaid at the resurrection of the righteous. Dear brothers and sisters, the gospel of the Lord. The readings of today are very interesting in a way that we find how we lose the kindness within ourselves. The theme of today is kindness to the poor. We need to be very kind to the poor people who surround us in our daily life. For instance, we may take this example whereby you may find a rich person having a neighbor who is poor. A rich person eats very delicious meals, enjoys life, but then the poor person is just suffering the life. What does that mean? They would not have that kind of kindness to our people, to our fellow relatives and friends who do not have. We should develop the spirit of giving, because God gave us, so we have to give too. In the same way, we should be aware that the payment in heaven lasts forever, but the payment on earth is just for a while. That's why in most of the cases, like when we have functions, of course this is very often, whenever people hold functions, people who are the first to invite are the teachers, the doctors, the engineers, but the very person who is just a neighbor does not receive the invitation. What does that mean? We are just interested in the pleasures of the earth, not forgetting that these things are just for a while. These things just last for a while. So we need to develop a spirit of kindness to our fellows. Your neighbor, love your neighbor as you love yourself. We need to be kind to our friends so that God himself will love us and say, people love each other. And that's even when God will develop a spirit of helping us even the more. In this life, we can never be equal. So give what you have to he who does not have. The Lord be with you.
Thank you for listening to this reflection. May the Lord be with you and bless you in this blessed Sunday. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.